Cody Rhodes returns to Monday Night Raw. Asuka turns on Io Sky. Big Jim is on the Raw recap and so much more. This is Raw Recap, a WWE and Fanatics original production. I mean, Megan Morant, it looked like She-Hulk attorney at law was laying on the mat, beaten but not quite out when Rhea Ripley was laying there. I don't think Asuka has ever used that much mist in her entire career.
Rhea was covered head to toe with mist.
She was green.
The mist actually looked pretty cool, though.
And that's because Rhea's impossible. Like, even when Rhea is in her worst position, it's impossible for her not to look cool. All that said, I'd rather be not cool than be in the position that Rhea Ripley was in to end Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, you're telling me.
So I don't think, we were trying to figure out where this was all going to go. I don't think that any of us saw it panning out this way. I thought tonight on Raw, we got a little bit of insight into what this kind of hold Asuka has over Kairi Sane and Io Sky. And this idea that Asuka, they consider as the person who kind of opened the door for them, that brought them to WWE. They both consider Asuka as family, and Asuka, I think, is in a point in her career where she's ready to accept those flowers, accept those compliments, and not just ready to, insistent upon. It's like it's her way or the highway, and it's really interesting because we've seen Io very aggressive. We've seen Kairi Sane be very aggressive in the past, but Asuka, this version of Asuka, she's put her foot down, and she's kind of made it very, very clear, not to me, maybe not to you. I don't understand what's going on half the time, but she's clearly made it very clear to both Io and Kairi what the task at hand is. And if you get step out of line, if you don't complete the task at hand, it's going to be bad news. And that's what Io Sky found out at the end of Monday Night Raw.
The past couple of weeks, we've talked about these backstage segments, and we've had a little bit of fun with it. We love exactly. We love Asuka yelling for Kairi Sane. Tonight really was the first night where I started to feel a little scared for Kairi Sane.
Scary can be entertaining.
Of course it is.
Kairi doesn't want to do this stuff. I mean, Kairi, look, it left Io and a deep green Rhea Ripley lying out on the mat. Kairi, even at that one point in the match, didn't even want to interfere.
No.
Didn't even want to mess with Rhea Ripley.
She did not want to hit that insane elbow, but she just saw what happened to Io Sky, and she said, I'm better go hit that insane elbow.
And I mean, listen, she also is kind of the reason that Asuka lost the match with Rhea Ripley. The hesitation on hitting Rhea. But look, you go back earlier on the show, and it was Rhea Ripley. It's not like Rhea Ripley and Io Sky are on the exact same page. There's been a respect between the two of them. But earlier on the show, Rhea, as a person who is a friend of Io, is a person who respects Io, is telling Io, hey man, stay away from Asuka. And this is like, Io's like, that's the one thing you don't say. That's my family. That's the person who brought me here. And by the way, don't tell me who to hang out with and who not to hang out with. I don't need your advice. Because interestingly enough, and this could be something that in that moment, Io felt was plaguing her. What started this whole animosity? What started this whole beef?
Asuka.
It was Asuka telling Io, don't hang out with Rhea. Right?
Yes.
And now we get all these weeks forward, and Rhea's going, hey, Io, don't hang out with Asuka anymore. And Io's like, how about this? Out of all of us, I'm the last one to be the champion. I'm going to go ahead and make my own adult decisions. Thank you very much. So we get to this main event, which Joe Tess explained perfectly and accurately as a PLE quality main event between Rhea Ripley and Asuka. And I mean, dude, like, you talk about, and this is what I was thinking. I was going all the way back. Rhea Ripley and Asuka, two of the great NXT women's champions. I mean, the hold that Asuka had over NXT for that first run when she first got to the WWE before she hit the main roster was the stuff of legends. So this was a real pleasure to see in the ring tonight. and it was physical, and Asuka really dominated a lot of it, and Rhea started to mount a comeback towards the end of the match, finding that Razor's Edge tribute to the Terror Twin. Yeah.
Yes, the Razor's Edge. Because we just, when you said before, Io saying, Asuka's my family, don't tell me what to do, don't tell me not to talk to her. I was thinking, now if Io said to Rhea, how about you never talk to Priest? Stay away from him.
That's my Terror Twin, dog.
That's right.
That's what she would say.
And so I love...
But with the Australian accent.
Are you going to do it?
Nope.
No. Okay.
Go ahead.
But when Rhea hit that, I was immediately thinking back to that interaction about just the tribute to family.
Right, exactly. And the people who we're close to. And we'll talk to Jimmy Uso about just that later on. But seeing that go down, and then seeing the physicality in this match and how good it was, and then Rhea hitting the outside, Kairi not getting involved, obviously drawing Asuka's ire. Then finally, as the referee is distracted, she comes over, and it was almost like she didn't know what to do with this fist of hers. Because that's the thing with Kairi Sane. Like, even though she's timid is not the word. Because she's coming across as timid, but she isn't timid. She's a lethal weapon. She is dangerous, but she doesn't want to hit these people, except Asuka is asking for her to use that power, to use that danger against the people that Asuka wants her to use it against.
Well, I imagine it's a very difficult situation, both for Io and for Kairi, because here's Asuka, this woman who they looked up to, this woman who helped bring them to WWE.
Yeah. And this woman who, like if you look at what she's done in WWE, if you're going to follow the orders of one woman on the women's roster in WWE, Asuka's pretty high on that list.
But for the first time in their experience with Asuka, she's telling them to do some things that they're not exactly comfortable with, and they're starting to question a little bit.
Okay, good. Let's talk about it. When was the last time Asuka was the women's world champion?
Been a little while.
Don't you think Asuka should probably be switching up the game? And that's what she's doing.
Yeah.
And it's like, get on board or get off the train. Asuka's sitting there going like, listen, I'm not packing up the boots anytime soon.
But
I want to be on top of this division.
Io saying, look, I was a women's world champion.
Good. Well, I don't want you to be.
And I didn't have to go to this level.
Okay, good. Well,
I wasn't asking my friends to do these things.
Well, good. Are you the champion now?
No.
Did you win the championship at WrestlePalooza?
Nope.
Okay, so what's the conversation we're having? Who are we talking to then?
Switching up the game for Asuka.
You got to switch up the game sometimes, and I think that's a smart thing to do. If the strategy is not working, that doesn't mean you change the goal. It means you change the strategy. And I think that's what Asuka is doing, and also asserting herself. This whole year, ever since February, Io Sky has been the centerpiece of multiple main events this year on Monday Night Raw. And the one this year that comes to my attention the most is the one that you and I sat there afterwards going, what just happened? And that's Io winning the Women's World Championship from, of all people, Rhea Ripley. So, I think the fact that Io has won the title, has gone to WrestleMania with it, has had the year that she has had, I think Asuka's aware of that and going like, no, this isn't for you anymore. Now this is for me. And I think that's what you see at the end of Monday Night Raw.
And of course, Asuka hears the chatter. Everybody, Io Sky, potentially the best wrestler on the roster, men or women.
No, on the planet, not the roster, the planet. Io Sky, best wrestler there is
on
what
the
they're
planet.
saying.
And Asuka goes, I taught Io everything she knows. I am the reason that Io is in the position she's in. Have you all forgotten what Asuka can do and what Asuka can accomplish?
Nobody's ready. Especially not Kairi. So then we get in there, Kairi and Asuka. And Kairi doesn't want to do it, but she does it. They're beating down Rhea Ripley, who's green. And then Io Sky comes out to stop it. And I think that's this moment that Asuka has where she's like, listen, number one, don't stop me from a beatdown. But number two, she's looking around. She's looking at the fact that Kairi Sane is seeing all this. Your leadership is now being questioned. Who is the one who is calling the shots? Because if she stops right now, then it's like, okay, we have to stop because Io said so. What? No. That's not the game we're playing.
Asuka's calling the shots, baby.
Right. So we have a hug and then we have a spinning back fist. And Io goes down. And I mean, that standing insane elbow, they're the worst. Just like Asuka's got Io perched like this. And then boom, Io just gets flattened to the mat. I think, and the idea now that like, what are we looking at? We're looking at a potential Io and Rhea Ripley. It wasn't that long ago that you were coming on here going, why are they even friends? They both had the same goal, Io and Rhea. Why are they friends? This is the one person that Rhea can't be. But now, not only do they have this mutual respect, but they have a common enemy. Mm-hmm. And you wonder if it's going to be a situation where Io comes back and goes like, okay, it's time for us to fight. Or if she goes, I don't want to fight Asuka. I still don't want to fight Asuka. Asuka's still that person I have that amount of reverence for.
And then what does Rhea do?
Right. Now, I've got to believe Io's going to want to fight. I don't think it's going to go that way.
He's a fighter.
Io Sky being who Io Sky is, but that's a part of it. And I mean, if you're teaming with Io Sky against the Kabuki Warriors, isn't there a part of you that's wondering, like, what if Io doesn't have the level of animosity that I do? What if they're able to bring Io back into the fold? What if it's a very, very complicated situation?
Well, and then think of Kairi's perspective as well. Kairi's going to stand across the ring from Io Sky, again, part of the family.
Right.
We saw, you said timid's not the word, but we saw her hesitate today.
Io's a traitor, according to Asuka, and Kairi spends a lot of time with Asuka. As a matter of fact, Kairi's not allowed.
Required to.
Yes, she's not allowed to spend more than 35 seconds outside of Asuka's presence, or the scream comes, and we can't have that. I mean, she's like a little dog that's been yelled at so much, just shaking.
I kind of feel bad for Kairi.
I do too, but then the minute she starts that onslaught, you're like, oh, you know what? There's no reason to feel bad for Kairi. She's ready to handle things on her own. So it's going to be really interesting to see how that works out, but it was a very, very personal episode of Monday Night Raw. That's where it ends, with this personal beef that is now involving Kairi and Asuka, but then also Rhea, and then also Io, and Kairi and Asuka turning on Io, all very personal. But Monday Night Raw started ultra personal. At WrestlePalooza, Cody Rhodes was successful defending the WWE Championship against Drew McIntyre. On the post show, Cody, and this is not the first time he said something like this, said straight up, there is nobody on the roster that is more capable than me of being the quarterback, of being the number one guy in this promotion. And, of course, that draws the ire, again, of Seth Rollins, who comes out and the two champions stand there with their titles, knowing Crown Jewel is right around the corner. Crown Jewel, where we have champion versus champion to crown that Crown Jewel champion every single year. And Cody won it last year. That was the inaugural Crown Jewel championship. This year, Cody's back in it, but now he's in it against Seth Rollins. And I thought, Cody coming out on Raw, and really cool to see Cody Rhodes on Raw. That's kind of a rarity. Coming out to address the audience, but before he can say anything, here comes Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins comes out and says, it should just be champion versus champion, because on paper, that's what this is designed to be. And I don't want to use the word exhibition as pejorative, but it's like, it's just supposed to be on this night, who's the better man. That's what it's all about. Or in the women's division, who's the better woman. That's what it's all about. It's not about what happens usually at these WWE Premium Live events where you build a story. It's none's required.
We never get to see both champions go at it.
Champion versus champion.
Once a year, we get to see it.
And on this night, who's the better man and who holds that, champion of champions, crown jewel ring.
Gets the ring.
The ring. And Cody was wearing it proudly, and he didn't do that by mistake. Cody, he keeps himself polite. He keeps it on the up and up, but he doesn't mind reminding you. He knew what he was doing, bringing that ring to Monday Night Raw.
Yes.
You can't miss it.
Yeah, that's what you have to do, though.
Again, I agree.
You're respectful, you're polite, you say all the right things, but just a reminder, I'm the best.
I'm the man. Let him know. You have to. So, Seth points out what I was thinking, what I think a lot of us were thinking, which is this is beyond champion versus champion. This is beyond just who's the best on any given night. This is the real deal. This is deeply, deeply personal. And it just happens to be this road that we took that got us to another Seth Rollins-Cody Rhodes match. When Cody Rhodes first returned to the WWE,
it was amazing.
It was WrestleMania 38, and he was the mystery opponent against Seth Rollins. They ran it back once. They ran it back twice. The third match was, of course, that torn pec in the Hell in a Cell
in Chicago.
Wow. Absolutely classic match. All three of them were absolute classics. All three of them won by Cody Rhodes, but it goes even deeper than that. And I had forgotten, right? I was like, oh, Seth versus Cody at Crown Jewel is going to be awesome because of the 3-match series. We get to revisit it. But Seth was wearing a watch on Monday Night Raw, and I had forgotten. Seth brought it up. You know, I was your Shield at WrestleMania. And I was like, man, we have never cracked that can open.
You know, it's interesting because I was actually listening to Cody Rhodes' podcast, and he had Becky Lynch on. And they were chatting as, you know, friends forever, so much history in the business. And Cody said, can I ask you something about your husband? And you can't lie about it. Did he keep the watch that I gave him at WrestleMania? Because I've never seen him wear it. And Becky said, of course he has the watch. He said, well, why has he never worn it? She's like, he has it. And Becky was saying, I'm a terrible liar because my voice tends to go up. And she did get defensive of Seth, and her voice did raise an octave. So Cody said, are you lying to me? And Becky said, I'm not lying. He has the watch.
But
so this is something that Cody's been thinking about for a while. I gave him this watch at WrestleMania. What did he do with it?
So for a shoot ski, he was wondering why Seth has never worn that watch.
That's right.
That he gave it to him. And that's the thing, man. That's the thing that people don't understand about wrestling, that like there's a lot more reality in it than I think anybody realizes. And this idea that Cody Rhodes is going around in real life talking about putting QB1 on his merch. Every interview he does talking about how he's the quarterback, he's the captain, he's the man. He has Bruce Pritchard on his podcast talking about how he is there to be the man, to be the quarterback. And that's always been the intention, to be the guy in the WWE. And that's his whole life's work.
Also with Bruce Pritchard, he talked about returning to WrestleMania 38 and the opportunity to face Seth Rollins. And that was one of the things that made him say absolutely.
Right.
Seth Rollins? I get Seth Rollins at WrestleMania?
Seth Rollins at WrestleMania, and that match will just be what I use to start my road to being the top guy. And Seth is like, whoa. And I think this is what Seth was talking about on Raw tonight, where he goes, you say all these nice things, but what do you actually mean? What are you actually saying?
Well, and Cody even said on that in that interview with Bruce Pritchard, he was saying, you know, Seth was a guy who we started at the same time, and he surpassed me by a lot. And then I returned to WWE, and we're at the same place.
That's what he said. Do you think he believes they're at the same place, or do you
No,
think he believes
I think
he's
Cody
higher?
believes he's higher.
And I think he does too. I think Cody truly believes he is the guy and nobody is capable of it. I don't think that he's in character. I don't think that I think it's Cody as a man saying, I came back to the WWE to be the guy, and I believe I am the guy, and I believe nobody else is capable of doing what I'm capable of. And that is, for real, going to really bother somebody like Seth Rollins, who, you know, the same stuff that he said about CM Punk leaving, and Seth having to be here the entire time, and Seth having to be the one to put it all on his back, and Seth having to do all of this. Who else left?
Cody.
It wasn't the same context because Cody wasn't a top guy when he left. But while Cody was gone, Seth was building this thing. And Cody now gets to be the top guy of something that Seth laid foundation for. And if it was true for one, it's got to be true for all. And I think that that is the kind of history that we're looking at here. And that's the reality of the whole Vision thing, that there's nothing about it that I think Seth doesn't believe when he says straight up that he is the right person to lead this industry into the future. I mean, when he looked at Cody and said, that's fine if you want to be the quarterback, but you're going to be my quarterback. I don't know if he thinks he's Belichick. I don't know if he thinks he's Jerry Jones. I don't know what role Seth is playing here, but Seth is like, I also feel like Seth is the type of performer who's not even here right now. he's years in the future. You know what I mean? We're playing on step 3 right now. Seth's on step 8. That's what he's playing for now. He's not playing for being like the top wrestler there is. He's playing for being the guy that runs the whole show, because that's what Seth has said in interviews in the past.
Wow.
Seth has said that in interviews in the past where he's like, yeah, when I'm done wrestling, I could see myself being the guy who runs the show, not being the actual top guy.
And then Cody would be his quarterback.
Right. I mean, it's what levels are we thinking that this is at? I think it's so great. And then he says, by any means necessary, I'm the alpha, is what Seth Rollins says. So who knows what that means by any means necessary? But I think it's going to be very difficult for Cody Rhodes to have 2 of those crown jewel rings. I think Seth is going to make it next to impossible. But Cody brought up the greatest point of the whole exchange, which was the 3 times that we've faced, how many did you win? And just walked off. And that's when, you know what I yell out loud? Everything counts. It was 3 years ago. Over 3 years ago. Cody beat Seth Rollins 3 times in a row. Usually when you have a series of 3 matches, the last one is called the rubber match, because the first guy wins one, the second guy wins one, and then you get to the rubber match at the end. And people were going like this years ago. Why'd Cody have to win all 3? Because of this moment.
Because Seth was already on step 8.
Right, and here we are. It's not.
The Crown Jewel Championship wasn't even invented when that happened.
Exactly. And here we are. And it all counts. And it's and we were doing all the right things by paying attention to every little detail. I can't wait to see how it all goes. You know, you gotta show your support when you're showing everything. You know, in the women's division, we know Stephanie Vaquer, the new women's world champion, is going to be defending the championship. Or not defending the championship, but also fighting for the Crown Jewel Championship.
That's right.
At Crown Jewel against either Tiffany Stratton, Jade Cargill, or Nia Jax. But if you want to celebrate Stephanie Vaquer, you got to go over to WWE Shop and Fanatics. Check out the latest arrivals. Bold designs from your favorite WWE superstars. I'm talking about the brand new Stephanie Vaquer Women's World Champion t-shirt that is celebrating her rise to the top. You could do it all in style. Whether you're repping ringside or you're watching from home, you got to gear up now and show your support. Available exclusively at WWEshop.com and Fanatics. You know, you got to get it now so that you have it once Crown Jewel shows up. You know, you got to get your Burn It Down shirt, get your American Nightmare shirt, whatever you got to do.
To show which side you're on.
You got to pick a side.
It's part of history.
I mean, it's America, you know. Pick a side. For goodness sake.
Okay.
You know, we've got Jimmy Uso coming up, but before we get to Jimmy Uso, I want to tell you also about Finest WWE. You know about Finest WWE?
Oh,
Finally! Finest WWE is coming back to the hobby. Yes, this Friday, September 26th, it all goes down. Finest WWE. This set is a high-energy tribute to sports entertainment built for collectors who crave vibrant designs, premium tech, and chase-worthy pulls. Every box delivers a thrilling mix of content, 2 autographs per box, a full spectrum of base and parallel cards, rare refractors, and inserts that highlight the best and biggest names and moments in the WWE today. It's a 300-card base set. It's a collector's challenge packed with common and uncommon and rare tiers, each available across a rainbow of parallels. Plus, each case guarantees 1 major case hit, dark energy, double exposure, or
the Ula Fala.
Ula Fala. Whether you're chasing your favorite superstar, prospecting new talent, or going for the full rainbow, 2025 Finest WWE brings the action. I know I'm going to be trying for it on Friday when it comes out. But before we get there, we talk to our first guest. Jimmy Uso is our first guest. Let's go to him here on Raw Recap. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Raw Recap. Big Jim, Jimmy Uso, fresh off of defending LA Knight in the ring. Welcome to the Raw Recap, man.
Appreciate you having me, man.
How has it been right now with and did you ever think you would you would be here again. You and your brother Jay, back to being a tag team, back to being the Usos. You know, we heard the old Usos theme again, back on a premium live event, being the Usos. How does it feel based on where you're at in your career and Jay is at in his career, seeing this team back?
You know, teaming up with my brother is obviously something that's always that's in my soul right there. So anytime I get to step in the ring with brother and we get to cook, it's just that's the day one, you know. It ain't a shirt, it's really our lifestyle. It's really how we really run. Man, it's a blessing, man. It's just really hard where we at because you know, Palooza, we lost. And brothers obviously just not on the same page. I thought we would be on the same page since we got back, but obviously I've been watching, you know, how it's been, and I'm trying to figure it out as well.
Do you think the world title changes people? Do you think, because, you know, and this was something that I had talked about on some of the, you know, pre-shows and stuff before WrestlePalooza, which was, yeah, I mean, you guys are brothers and you guys are the greatest tag team of all time. Except what happened after that tag team split was that you became a big single star and your brother became the world heavyweight champion. So I naturally questioned whether the motivation to be a great tag team was still there when you both have these singles careers to look at. And I mean, I would think that would go double for Jay, who has now kind of been in that world heavyweight title picture.
I think it was more stressful than anything, man. Like you just said, like we've been a tag team our whole lives. So it's new field, it's new water over there for brother. Especially when you got the heavyweight champion, man. When you got the big one, man, they running with you, you know. So I watched him, you know, I went to SmackDown, he went to Raw, man. I knew deep down I could see it, you know. I talked to him, I can hear it. Man, when he's around me, I can feel it. So I already know, man. Yeah, it's like bittersweet, you know. So I honestly, it's tag team wrestling with me and him heals us. So I think when we're together, we vibrate. It's on. When we're separate, we still on, but man, the spark is a little dim. And I bet it's just me who's like, I know he feels like that when he's out there. You know, I know he's struggling out there. I know it's a lot of weight on your shoulders. Those you come from a long line of champions, and how do you make your own footprint in your own sand coming from this big family? And I'm just always blessed to be around him, man. So anytime I get in the ring with him, we healing. And you know, like I said, we're in different mind spaces right now. So,
Jimmy, we've heard you say at least twice now that Jay has been acting like Roman Reigns. Now, after everything that you've been through with the bloodline, both you and your brother Jay, saying that is something that has to hit extremely deep. Now, are you truly feeling like Jay is acting like Roman Reigns, or was that something you said maybe to make a point to your brother?
nah, nah. We've been around. He's acting like Roman Reigns. Uh, we all three grew up together, and we take to heart what Big Goose says, even the bad though. But I just feel like my brother is trying to be exactly that. I think that he thinks he needs to one up all of us. And I think that's changing him because he's got tunnel vision. And it's like he's lost in the sauce, man. And we gotta get him back. Because it's already took flight. He's already in a different headspace, and that's dangerous.
I mean, I get where you're coming from, and I get where you're coming from as somebody who, you know, you want your brother back, you want the Usos back, and you don't want to go through everything that you went through when the bloodline was the bloodline, because we all saw that play out. At the same time, Roman Reigns having that tunnel vision and feeling like he needed to be the member of your family that stepped up above everyone else, led to a 3.5-year title reign, and led to all of you guys, being at the highest point that up until that point you'd ever been in your career. When Roman was acting like Roman Reigns, you and Jay, you main evented WrestleMania as a tag team. If Jey Uso is acting like Roman Reigns and is starting to develop the capability to act like Roman Reigns, is that necessarily a bad thing?
I mean, I think it comes at a cost.
Mm.
I think it comes at a cost. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but you paying for it. Whether it's through like your vibes with your relationship with people or with your brothers, or he ain't the same bro. He ain't the same moose out there. I'm telling you. I know it for a fact. What's happening is clouded. It's coming at a cost, those. This is a different kind of game here, man. I ain't never seen him. I ain't never seen him like this. And I don't like it because I don't even know how to respond to it. Because, like I said, we in new waters. So it hurts dearly to watch him struggle, even more to not even have an answer for him. I just know I just got to be around him, man. But it do come at a cost, whether it's good or bad.
At the same time, with whatever this sort of fluctuation in attitude is, when the music is playing, when he's around the people, when he's around fans, and even for most of WrestlePalooza, for your entrance for most of the match, like he's still old Jay. He's still yeeting with the kids. He's still coming out through the audience. He's still got that enthusiasm. I mean, all that is still there. There just seems to be one sort of switch. And maybe it's that thing in him that didn't really know if he could be the man, that didn't know if he could beat Gunther at WrestleMania, that didn't know if he could hold that title. Maybe something changes when you can hold that title. I mean, for you, I would imagine, and you've talked about it before, and you and Jay were talking about it leading up to WrestleMania, the idea of you holding a singles title. I've got to believe that you have those singles aspirations as well. I was just reading a tweet before we walked in here that somebody said, based on what I'm seeing on television, if I were going to invest in one WWE superstar in 2026, it'd be Jimmy Uso. Like, it feels like this could be Jimmy's time. When you hear people saying, well, we saw Roman, we saw Jay last year, 2026 could be the year that Jimmy Uso becomes that guy. Do you start having those feelings of grandeur?
I mean, we all got goals, right? We all set them. You want to be the best at what you do. We were a tag team, we became the best tag team. In singles, yeah, man, of course I want to hold a championship. Of course I want to get active, But I'm telling you, and I told my brother this the other night, man, him being the champion was me being the champion. When I watch him come out every night and he comes down when he beat Gunther at WrestleMania, I was a part of that. I got goosebumps because, necessarily I ain't got to get the 1-2. I don't have to have the strap on me, man. So I sit here for everybody who's like, let's push Jim, this his year, this last year, or whatever, man. I'm just happy that my twin brother, when I watch him be the champ, man, come on, man. That's me too. Mm-hmm. It really is. So I told my brother, I live vicariously through you every single Raw. Every time you come out and you in there and you when you winning and you in there fighting, man, I'm right there with you, man. So yeah, man. Jay got it. I feel like I got it. But to answer it, yes, I would love to have it, but man, I don't need to have it.
What does your dad think of all this tension? I feel like every time something's happening with the Usos on television, I see some Facebook post, and I always know what Rikishi's feeling. What does Dad think about everything that's going on between you and Jay?
Man, my dad, obviously, it's like it ain't nothing I ain't never seen before. But y'all better handle that. You better handle that, or I'll handle it for you. Dad being dad, he always let us figure it out. Like I said, we got some things to figure out. We got to sort some things out. We got to go back to the playing board. We got to see if we want to be a tag team, bro. You want to tag with me or what? You want to go back to being the best tag team or what? Or you want to do what you want to do? That's fine, but you got to let me know, bro.
I think that's it. Like, in a nutshell, right? That's it.
Yep.
That, like,
sure.
you're supportive of whatever it is. But and I think that that's true too, right? Like you have to protect what the Usos as a tag team is. If you're going to be the Usos, you have to be the Usos. There's no half measures and going like, okay, maybe we'll team a little here, maybe we'll team a little there. Either you're Jimmy and Jey Uso and you're successful, or you're the Usos and you're successful. But I guess you're right. You have to figure out which one of those two you are.
Yeah, and it's scary because I thought we was ready to rock again, but then obviously, it's rocky. So man, it is.
Well, listen, I hope we figure it out. I really do. When I saw the Usos show up, I thought for sure we have a super team here.
And then when I saw the entrance at WrestlePalooza, I said, oh, tension aside, we are completely back.
I hear you. There you go. I lost you for a minute. My bad.
No, that's okay. Come on back in. We were just talking about how we're right there with you, that when we saw, and we talked about it here on the podcast, like when you came out to first help your brother and your brother was looking up at you saying, I can't do it alone. And you said, I'm here for you. The only thing that we were talking about was the idea that the Usos now go from being a tag team to being a super team. That if the Usos are back together, that this is next level. And Megan was saying that we got a taste of it at WrestlePalooza, but it just it still seems like it hasn't worked out. And I think a big part of that is Jey has, and I don't know if it's a feast or famine mentality, but I think that there's a nature, and I think it's based on what Roman said to him, that no, we're going to look out for our family, and that's who we're going to look out for, and nobody else. And I mean, I don't know, I get it. WWE is swimming with sharks, and friends are friends, but business is business. Do you think that it is more difficult to succeed than he realizes, having that kind of closed off family only approach?
I think what's Roman always say, man? Mm-hmm. What did he tell my brother 2 weeks ago? Smash them all. Make them acknowledge you and smash them all. Mm-hmm. Now that could be motivated, or that can sound like that's the most selfish thing I've ever heard, or that's the most like, how do you take it? And I think to have that mentality, all or nothing, that's the way to go. Like I said, it comes at a cost, man. This whole thing is good and bad in it. How do you respond? How do you take to it? How do you use it positive? Or man, you let this thing run you to the ground, or make you act the way you don't want to act, or say things you don't want to say. You like you said, you watched us go through this. So we're still trying to figure it out. But the all or nothing, family over everything mentality, I do understand it. I do respect it.
Man, I'm glued to it. I am glued to it right now, and where it's going to go. That I was glued to the Bloodline saga, and you lived it. But I was glued to it every single week. And I mean, listen, I know you guys are going through it, but I am utterly glued to it again. Just a little hint, just a little taste. And the fact, right, that the past is never over. Mm-mm. You know what I mean? Yeah. That somehow we go through this whole hero arc and then go all the way around, and somehow here we are back again. And this ghost, this thing that has been haunting all of you, which, like you said, it's the good and the bad. Yep. It's the glory of being at the top of the industry, but the cost has been this thing that has been haunting you guys since it happened, and now it's rearing its ugly head again. And yeah, man, I'm locked in.
I can't wait to see what happens next.
We'll see, man. Like I said, it's a black cloud that's always following us. You can't pick your family, so you always deal with family. They forever around. Mm-hmm. And my brothers, the bloodline, we forever around. And it's always going to be something. Mm-hmm. We know that much. It's always going to be something. How do we respond, man? Like that ghost, it's real. It's good and bad. Amen.
Well, Jimmy, we appreciate you making some time for us tonight. You've been a busy man. So giving us your time here on Raw Recap. Thank you for that. And good luck with everything, dude.
Yeah, good luck, Jimmy. Thank you.
Appreciate y'all. Thank you, man.
What a time it is for Jimmy Uso, man. I mean, a very kind of a more raw interview than I was kind of expecting out of Jimmy Uso. I think we got him in kind of an emotional place coming right off of the appearance on Monday Night Raw. Of course, coming off of that great the LA Knight Jey Uso match was great. How about just LA Knight just deciding sometimes I do burning hammers and just whipping a burning hammer out of nowhere? Like, I'm sorry, I didn't appreciate your game.
You know, we are seeing a different side of Jey Uso. There's no question about it. I feel like LA Knight, we've also seen a more intense side of as well.
Yeah, but it was Jey Uso who got the W tonight, and he took a little advantage of it. And he should have. He should have. He saw an opening and he took it. Some people will tell you he took advantage of interference by the Vision, but he saw an opening and he took it. The match was with LA Knight, and he said he couldn't handle business with Jimmy until he bodied LA Knight. That's what he had to do. Who knows? Who knows if that'll become a moment that is worthy of Tops Now. You know, we talked about this on our show over the weekend. Tops Now, you know, it captures the major milestones and viral moments from the biggest events like Cena's 17th title, AJ Lee's return. You know, we've talked about Tops Now all the time. Well, coming out of WrestlePalooza, wait till you hear this. You're going to need this one. We found out that there will be a Tops Now card commemorating
the entrance of Becky and Seth?
I don't know, but Stephanie Vaquer's
I need that
Women's World Championship win. Yes, a Tops Now card commemorating Stephanie Vaquer's win, her first win as Women's World Champion. They are up now. Grab them immediately. These cards are only available until September 25th. And look at that. You have the chance to get that Superfractor, a 1-of-1 on-card auto, Stephanie Vaquer as Women's Champion. Get those orders in. One card ordered will be that gold with the autograph from Stephanie Vaquer, the new WWE Women's World Champion. But while we're talking about stuff online and everything, Tops Now and whatnot, I'd be remiss. I don't even know if this is canon, but we have to discuss this, okay? You following John Cena on Twitter? He's probably following you.
Yes.
He follows everybody.
Well, I felt special.
I think he followed you as a special thing. I think you should feel special. But look at this tweet. Do we have this tweet? Can you guys put this tweet up? Hashtag, this is what he writes, Cena versus Styles, thoughts, hashtag WWE Raw. The only reason you hashtag WWE Raw is so the WWE universe sees it. And then, by the way, I don't know if you saw the Instagram, but on Instagram, he sent out a thing. It was a picture of a Blue Jay. It was it was the letter A from Sesame Street. Then a picture of I think a Blue Jay, like a J, and then Styles from Teen Wolf. AJ Styles. Now look, what do I think? What are the thoughts? If you're asking the WWE universe, you gotta hydrate. You got to start drinking some water so you can speak.
Second time in 2 shows. I just get all excited about
I know.
Cena
I get it.
AJ Styles. I mean, this is what the WWE universe has been talking about since we saw that Styles clash, right?
Yeah, of course.
That he used.
Bro.
What was it? 2 matches ago? It wasn't at WrestlePalooza. It was in
I think it was a Clash in Paris in the Logan Paul match. Yeah, Logan Paul is the one that ate the Styles Clash from John Cena. I am telling you that when you make, and I've been talking about doing a John Cena AJ Styles match from the beginning. I don't know if John Cena is teasing us or if this is a real possibility. I'm surprised he has full dexterity of his thumbs that he can actually tweet out after that beating that he took from Brock Lesnar. But
he has 5 appearances left.
He has 5 left.
You've fantasy booked all of them.
Many, many times to different results.
Before this tweet was AJ Styles, as much as you wanted
100% he was.
100%.
100%. Okay. And most of the time when I've tried to figure out whether I was doing it with 5 matches left or 10 matches left or at the beginning of the year or whatever it was, I was always looking for that John Cena AJ Styles match. Because, I mean, when you look at those, you know, to me, John Cena's greatest rivals ever are Randy Orton and Edge. They're both the Piper to his Hogan. But, man, when you think about those classic Cena moments, Brock's going to come up. But what AJ Styles brought out in John Cena is something nobody has ever brought out in John Cena. AJ Styles, when he got to WWE, was a wrestler's wrestler, the type of wrestler that was so good, but so good at wrestling. Most people said, you know what? He's destined to be the best in the world who never even comes to WWE because they wouldn't even know what to do with him. And AJ Styles gets to WWE. And I love a secret sneeze that's not remotely secret.
For a second, I was like, pineapple, 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 don't sneeze. And I sneezed.
You got to say, I think I'm going to sneeze, and then you won't sneeze.
Well, you were just on a rant there.
I mean, but
didn't
if
want to interrupt. And you know what I did? I interrupted.
Well, it happens sometimes. Your body does what your body does.
I guess so.
It's getting excited. You're allergic to great ideas. But I think...
I feel like that's an insult.
Nah, because you sneeze and cough all the time. So you must be having great ideas constantly.
Thank
here's
nice
the thing.
little spin zone.
You're allergic to great ideas would be an insult if you didn't constantly have allergy symptoms.
Really just been like the last 3 weeks.
The seasons are changing. Autumn's coming. It's fair.
First day.
It's a fair time. My point, though, is that when AJ Styles got to WWE, AJ Styles and John Cena were like these two forces in the world of wrestling. There was two ways to do it. And AJ Styles did the wrestling the best way, and John Cena did the sports entertainment the best way. And when they came together, it was like, oh my God, you saw what AJ Styles was capable of from a WWE perspective. Then you saw what John Cena was capable of from a professional wrestling perspective. I mean, even the build-up to the match, AJ Styles going, beat up John Cena. It's ingrained in my head. It's such a wonderful period of time, that whole run. And yeah, to see AJ Styles and John Cena, because I'll tell you what, at this point in their career, AJ Styles and John Cena could still put on matches that like leave younger wrestlers with their jaws on the floor going, how do we top that? How do we even match that? Yes, I want to see John Cena versus AJ Styles. I want to see it as soon as possible. If you told me the next John Cena match is John Cena versus AJ Styles, I'm happy as a clam.
I don't think there's any wrestling fan out there that goes, you know what? I'll pass on that one.
Even the wrestling fans that were like, I didn't want to see Brock Lesnar beat John Cena that badly on John Cena's retirement tour. And there were plenty of them because that's who Brock Lesnar is. That's what he does. He delivers the bad news because it's not up to what you want to see when it's Brock Lesnar. It's what Brock Lesnar has decided upon. But all wrestling fans are the opposite of that when it comes to AJ Styles and John Cena.
Yeah, I think the retirement tour would be remiss without this match.
I hope we get it. I hope John Cena's not teasing us because he does tricks on social media.
He's a nice guy now. He wouldn't do that.
He loves internet tricks. Loves internet tricks. But the fact that he did it on Twitter too, usually his internet tricks are only on Instagram. The fact that it is also on X.
The X one was much more direct.
That's right.
The Instagram one was
a little tricky.
We'll see if they get the reference here.
Oh, I know who Styles is when I see him. Yeah. So I'm very, very excited about even the potential that it could be happening. And I do think that it would be like a special thing. We got a big Raw next week, and part of tonight was building up to that Monday Night Raw.
Yeah. Do you have anything to say about your guy, Dirty Dominic Mysterio, and how he just turned his back on his brother?
Are you talking
JD
about
McDonough?
the Mega Intercontinental Champion? Are you talking about Dami Two Belts?
Is that what we're calling him?
I did just now.
I am talking about Dami Two Belts, the self-proclaimed
Sounds even better when you say it.
Greatest luchador and greatest Mysterio of all time.
He's the mega champion of AAA.
Okay, yes.
You know what I mean? I don't see what more proof you need.
Well, tonight he wasn't a mega champion of friendship.
Oh, I'm sorry. He wasn't the friendship mega champion.
Look,
he never claimed to be. He's already got 2 belts.
JD really did Dom a solid tonight. He took on Rusev.
Yes.
Dom was shaking in his boots. Even
cowhide boots.
Sound. Dom was shaking in his cowhide boots.
Yeah, put some respect on those boots.
Even at the sound of Rusev's name, Finn says, no way, I'm not helping you. Why don't you ask your friend Grande Americano to help you?
Okay, biases aside, because you do have biases. Do you think Finn Balor is jealous of Dominic Mysterio's friendship with Grande Americano? He's coming across very jealous.
I don't think he's happy about it.
Why not?
Because Grande Americano is not in the Judgment Day.
What is it with people in WWE? You can only be friends with, like, it is so cliquey right now. You can't sit at their table if you sit at our table. It's crazy what's going on.
How the Judgment Day is always kind of operated, right?
But it's Judgment Day saying Dominic can't be friends with Grande. It's Asuka saying, no, you can only be friends with me. It's Jay saying, no, Jimmy, you can only hang out with family. Like, something's going on in WWE right now where everybody is getting very cliquey.
Yeah.
Very cliquey. You know?
I mean, Adam Pearce might need to sit everybody down.
Yeah. Trust falls.
Yes.
You get everybody together. Everybody's got to camp out in the gym one night and do trust falls and whatnot.
Say nice things.
Yes.
And then a trust fall.
That's right. Separate the groups, mix them around and stuff.
Tell everybody about the time you had diarrhea at Barnes & Noble.
That's right.
And trust fall into a crowd of people.
That's 100% right.
Can't wait for that segment next week on Raw. But anyways, getting back to the Judgment Day.
What do you think was at the bookstore? If we get that segment.
Otis.
That's a great answer. Okay, go on.
Anyway, I'm thinking about.
No, it's a great answer. It's a great. No, you nailed it. You nailed it.
Anyway, so JD McDonough steps up to help his boy Dirty Dom against Rusev.
He seemed like he did it a little reluctantly.
Who else was going to help him?
No, I know. All right.
There was no one else there. JD had to do what he had to do.
Right.
And then when push comes to shove, JD is in the hold by Rusev. He's in big trouble. Rusev is not releasing the hold.
Well, listen.
What does Dominic do? Finn Balor comes from out of nowhere. And as we saw in the Judgment Day Clubhouse, he was very preoccupied with his Nintendo Switch.
I think it might have been a Switch 2.
Switch 2.
That's sick, right?
Yeah.
Here's what I think was going on. I think everybody's reading this all wrong. Okay?
Of course you do.
Well, I'm an analyst. It says on A&E right under my name. Listen, I think that Dominic was out there to support his friend. I mean, imagine getting to come to the ring and Dominic Mysterio is by your side. It's the cosign of all cosigns. Mm-hmm. Then the match happens. Dominic's not going to interfere because he respects the rules. You know what I mean?
Today, of all days, you decided today's the day you woke up and decided I'm going to respect rules.
He's a wrestler's wrestler. You know what I mean?
Yesterday, he didn't respect rules. At SummerSlam, he didn't respect rules. There are so many occasions when Dominic Mysterio has bent the rules in his favor.
We got to get Big E on here. I think he'd disagree with you.
Big E would be in lockstep with me.
Oh, okay. Well, whatever. But he's not here regardless. So he's not going to break the rules.
He's a new man.
He's a champion. He's representing AAA and WWE. He's got a lot on his shoulders right now. Can you imagine having to go out and represent 2 promotions everywhere that you go and be the person in charge of the lineage of your family name? The one guy who's there to represent that name? That's a lot for him to deal with. So he's not going to cheat in the match. He doesn't cheat in the match. Then the match is over. And Dominic really has, and he's a really smart guy. He just considers it right there. He goes, well, what's in front of me? A match with Rusev. This is not good news for anybody. Mm-mm. Especially, we had Rusev on the podcast. He's an intimidating guy. He wants to teach the young people a lesson. I don't even know what he was talking about. But I was like, yeah,
I would never bring up Rusev Day around him ever again.
You brought up Rusev Day, and he was like mad at you.
Very.
He's like, oh, good reference. Not. He was like, okay, geez. So I think Dominic said, listen, it's a lot smarter and better for the Judgment Day if I make sure that I don't get involved in any physicality that I don't have to before my championship match. Imagine if he had injured himself helping JD.
It's so interesting because on Saturday's podcast, when I brought up that Becky Lynch tapped out because, imagine if she injured herself. But
that was a match.
You said this was ridiculous.
It was ridiculous.
And now
that was a match.
Up the exact same thing.
No, because Dominic wasn't in this match.
Okay.
So Dominic to just willy-nilly put himself at risk?
Listen, he's turned his back on his blood family, so it's not surprising to me.
I think it was the other way around. He wasn't raised well. I wasn't there, but he said he wasn't raised well. I mean, can you imagine if your father had put your paternity on the line in a ladder match? You think you'd have a good relationship with your parents? If your paternity was on the line in a ladder match?
It's complicated.
You understand? He put the kid's paternity on the line in a ladder match and gave him a PSP as if that was going to make it all better. And what is Dominic now? He's a guy who is constantly looking for love in all the wrong.
Wait, talk about trauma again on this podcast.
He's constantly looking for love. He's going from person to person. We've seen it happen, and he's addicted to video games. Going right back to the PSP.
We're gonna have A&E put analyst/therapist because this is now like 2 weeks in a row that you've brought up.
We do need to get some superstars in here so I can see, how does that make you feel? Well, listen, I'm excited. I don't think Dominic I think Dominic wanted to make sure that when he comes into Raw next week, he comes into Raw 100%. He's not going to get himself injured. He's not going to get himself involved in physicality with Rusev if it doesn't benefit.
He got himself injured and then got out of the match like he did so many times before.
No, he had a serious injury with a doctor's note. And then, by the way, once he was healed, he competed against the superstar that wanted a match, and who won?
Dominic.
Okay, so I don't see any problem with that. However, I will say that even you, I know what's going to knock that boo-boo face right off. Fanatics 1. Have you heard about Fanatics 1?
Yes, I've known.
Fanatics 1 is everything right now. Introducing to you Fanatics 1. It's for all you give to the game now. There's a loyalty program that's going to give back to you. Because being a fan deserves to be rewarded. Only Fanatics 1 members earn fan cash and all that comes with it. Exclusive apparel, iconic experiences, and rewards tailored to your fandom better than anyone else in the game. Join now on the Fanatics app and enjoy member benefits from day one. Free shipping and returns, exclusive access to product drops, and the ability to earn and redeem fan cash when you shop and play with Fanatics. Doesn't that sound good?
What could be better?
Doesn't that put you in a better mood?
Much better.
Good. Well, this is going to be a massive week, right? Looking forward, everything has ramifications. Friday, we get SmackDown. Nia Jax, Jade Cargill, Tiffany Stratton. Whoever walks out of that, the WWE Women's Champion, we now know, goes to Crown Jewel to face Stephanie Vaquer in a champion versus champion match. In any of those matches, and this is kind of the beauty of Stephanie Vaquer winning that championship, all three of those matches are dream matches. All three of those matches are matches that 6 months ago we never would have predicted would be, on a show like Crown Jewel in a champion versus champion scenario. I mean, it's amazing.
Yeah, and Stephanie to be in this situation at this time as well. Right?
Wild.
And then Tiffany not losing a match in 2025. Stakes are even higher.
Yeah, that's right. Stakes.
And don't forget how much Perth loves Tiffany Stratton.
That's right.
That was her first PLE on the main roster, and the crowd went insane for her at Elimination Chamber.
I would argue that that's where the realization set in that, like, the WWE fans are running on Tiffy time. Mm-hmm. Then over the weekend, you've got No Mercy, which is going to be, astronomical. We don't even know. We'll see on Tuesday who the NXT/TNA champion will be going into that show. Oof. Then next week on Monday Night Raw, we already have a loaded card. We've got AJ Styles and Dragon Lee versus two of the Grande Americanos. They said whichever two. So we don't know which two. I also don't 100% know how I would describe them to let you know which two it would be, even if they were specific. But do you have any two that you're hoping it is?
There was a new one last week.
You liked him?
I liked him.
He seemed good.
Yeah, he seemed good. And then I like the classic Americano that's been helping Dom out.
So Uno y Tres. And Dos is on the outside of the ring.
Dos.
That would be a sick tag match.
Yeah.
Grande Americano Uno and Grande Americano Tres versus AJ Styles and Dragon Lee. Yeah, that would be good. That I like the way that sounds. You've got Bayley now versus Raquel, which we didn't even have time to talk about. I don't even
know which Bayley's going to show up.
I mean, she showed up hugging everybody, and then halfway through the match, she snapped. I'll tell you what, when she snapped, she actually won the match. But Lyra Valkyria, I mean, she went from really being in the lead, saying, Bayley, get out of my life, to just going on this toxic emotional roller coaster with this person. You've got...
I think Lyra's one you need to ask, how does that make you feel?
I think as much as Bayley's got a lot to explore, I think Lyra's got a lot to explore too. Do you need Bayley's approval? And if so, which version of Bayley? Intercontinental Championship is on the line. I don't love this match. It's Rusev versus Dominic Mysterio. You know, Rusev drove to WrestleMania in a tank one year. Mm-hmm. That's not the type of person you want to be defending your title against.
But that's your guy. He always finds a way.
He does find a way. He is the greatest Mysterio of all time. And then rematch from WrestlePalooza, Texas Tornado rules. That means no tags. Everybody competing all at the same time. We'll see if Jimmy Uso, who again we thank for being on Raw Recap this week, but we'll see if he can get in better spirits, if he and Jay can get on the same page and win this tornado tag against the Vision. Because the last thing that you want to do is go 0-2. If you're the Usos finally getting back together to go 0-2 against the Bronsons, not good.
Can't.
Not good. We'll see how it all works out. We'll be here to recap it all. We'll also be part of the countdown to No Mercy later this weekend, so make sure that you check that out. Megan, it's been real. We've had a great time. Make sure you're subscribed across all audio podcast feeds. Make sure you're interacting with the YouTube video, hitting like, leaving comments, and we will see you again for another Raw Recap.